down, folks. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Ah, ha, ha. We do expect that all of you must be doing it every morning at your home. But we know 90% don't. It is not that I am asking you to do certain things because you should be doing them, but you have no way out. This human body has one thing which you have never valued. It is called metabolism. Your body is constituent of 10 trillion cells. That's what it is. And 10 trillion cells do change in 72 hours. And when these cells start changing, instead of 72 hours, let us say 74 hours, 78 hours, and 80 hours. 78 hours is the only limit where we can say you're okay. At 80, 82 and 84, we'll say you're not okay. Food you eat, if it comes in 24 hours out of your system, you're okay. If it takes 36 hours, you're not okay. If you take beyond that, you are not very, very okay. There are certain rules which I didn't make. These are not man-made rules. These are body's rules. For men and for women, the temperature in male testicles and female clitoris point should be 1 degree less than the body, and it must meet 1 centigrade less than the body. Now call it religious, call it sexual, call it must, call it nothing. There's nothing you can escape. If the men's testicles are not 1 centigrade less in temperature once a day, they will have neurotic behavior, and so is the female. Now, if you do not clear your bowels with the body, you'll create a root log, whether you're a male or a female. Your blood pressure will automatically go up. It's not a disease, it is what you get it. Now question is it old age? Answer is no. Then what is it? It's fatigue, is overuse of the body. When you use your body, you must understand, your body has one biorhythm, one frequency, and one psyche. Your psyche must move according to the biorhythm, and biorhythm must move your body according to its standard capacity. Now, you all want to look young. I agree. Have makeup, have dress up, do hairdo, color, paint, whatever you want to do. Will you act young? No. What's the idea of looking young and not acting young? What's the idea of growing up and not being wise? I'm asking you some questions. What is the idea? Want to be a leader, want to be this, want to be that, and can't deliver. Don't you know God has 3 letters, G-O-D? Generate, organize, either deliver or destroy. Whatever you can't deliver, you will destroy. Whatever you can't deliver will stink. It's become liability. From last month and a half, I am dealing with people. I don't want to say it, that age is Aquarius now, folks, wake up. They don't want to wake up. They want me to wake up. They are hurting. There's no way they will not be hurting. The trust you want to find, the love you want to find, the satisfaction you want to find, happiness you want to find is within you. There's nothing outside. From outside, everything which give you help or take away the help from you is bargain. It is not you. And happiness is not momentary laughter and happiness and relaxing. It is accomplishment. Human must learn to accomplish, achieve. And happier is that where you have most impossible achievement as a challenge and you make it. It is not, happiness is not, there's no substitute for 2 things, victory and excellence. I do not know why 5,000 years of religious training in this country, starting from the Judo religion to the modern Sufism, and why in India, starting from the Aryan to the today's religion, why in the Orient, from Shinto to Buddhism, there is still insanity. I fully understand when Nanak started talking, people start throwing stones at him. They called him ghost. They called him out of tune. I can understand that. But I can understand after he spoke, why every religion is not truthful. Why man is lying. We lie early in the morning, sun rises. We all now know sun never rises. We all know sun never sets. We all know the earth rotates. We also read in the same Bible that in the beginning there was a word, word was with God and word was God. And our words are not true. We all know the main thing which is problem right now is I, you, we, us, they, and then thou. I, you, we, us, they, and thou. You know I to they is a lie. The only thing which is relevant in this whole game is thou. He rotates the earth and he rotates it on the axle, he rotates it on the orbit. He creates the 4 weathers. He creates the thief, he creates the saint. If the entire humanity said, God is all, good and bad, big and small, there'll be no unhappiness on the planet. Pain is in the judgment. And they say it is an English slang. There's nothing good and bad, thinking make it so. Why so far man could not find the truth? Why so far man could not teach Kundalini Yoga openly? It's not the Kundalini Yoga, I learnt it yesterday. It's the old science. But you see the restriction, you will be shocked. First line of the scripture says, whosoever shall learn and shall teach openly shall die by the first sun. That means you cannot live more than 1 year. And when I started teaching it, I say, okay, 1 year is enough. Well, that's exactly, I follow the scriptures. I just said, okay, 1 year is 1 year. Neither I die, rather I want to die, I can't. You have become so powerful in your prayer, you don't let me go. And neither anybody of you teaching has died, but you have died in spirit. You don't teach. If you all would have been teaching what you have learned, you would have ruled the world. Nothing else will work in your case. Because once you give somebody an experience of the spirit and his soul, that person will always remember you with reverence and grace. You do not know the power you have. All you know is, you don't get up in the morning, do it for yourself, and you do not share with others what you know. My problem was that I am solo crusade. I ran all over the world to teach, and I came to this country to create teachers. I never came here to collect students. Because I and you are two different species. I believe happiness is my birthright. If I'm not happy, I'm losing my birthright, big deal. I'm not upset about it. But I believe happiness is my birthright. There's no reason I can be unhappy. If I am unhappy, because I want to be. Unhappy gives me sympathy, it gives me apathy, it gives me communication, it gives me relationship. I can seduce people with unhappiness. And it is no responsibility, it has no morality to it, there's no ethics to it, there's no nobility with it. Or you go play a very chronic beggar. It's all I don't know what I'm doing. I am really fainting. Notice, every idiot will pick you up. At that moment, he is going through the changes of his life, and you can then, okay, I'm a little better. You know how stupid actor you are? You know what that does to you? It takes away from your self-esteem, self-prestige, self-assurance, and self-power. You lose 4 most beautiful jewels just playing sympathy up the game. And that's the cause of your total unhappiness. Because I know I'm a counselor too. I play very unhappy, very sad, and people fall into that trap, knowingly that when I cannot see a person, how can I be unhappy? I am happy to see a person because in 1 second I know what is what. So what is the rest drama I have to do? Because you all do the drama. Then after a while I say, wait a minute. Don't you think this is what you are doing is stupid? Because unhappiness is created by the individual for his individual purposes, and the purpose is because the individual cannot get rid of his numbness, he needs a stir-up. That's why all these drugs, all stimulant, all relationship, all sensual sexuality is based on human cells. When do not change within 72 hours, they create a numbness. You are insensitive. Therefore, your response is insensitive. I was talking to somebody and his attitude was not right. Manner was okay. Everything was fine. But attitude was not right. And he said, what's wrong with the attitude? I said, do you see the heavens and the earth meet and that's called horizon? He said, yeah. I say, higher you go, biggest is the horizon. Till your optical nerve cannot take it. Your life cannot be happy if you do not expand your horizon. I'm asking you, spend this evening with me to practically experience horizon within us. Talking is okay. I can convince you. I'm a very good speaker. But is speaking enough? Is listening enough? Is knowing enough? No. Experience. In your life you have two friends only, knowledge and experience. Rest is a joke. Friend in need is a friend indeed. And when you are in trouble, there are only two things will help you. Your knowledge, how to be, and your experience, what to do. And with what confidence you deliver it. Tonight, I'll express myself very clearly. We are going to see the horizon within our mind at the scale of 1.9 to 2.1 frequency only, which is normal human, which you will find difficulty to reach. But it's not bad to try. All right? Please sit in a Tratak pose. Tratak pose is lock your fingers, put your index finger and open your mouth and close your eyes like as they are just powerless. In other words, totally relax your ears, nose, mouth, eyes, above neck, all organs. And just do that. I know I'm not going to look at your teeth, I'm not a dentist, but open your mouth anyway. Relax it. Because in the back of the jaw, seventh vagus nerve is always uptight and the source of trouble. Just relax. Just experience the internal relaxation forever. Relax your eyes, relax your mouth, relax every part from neck onward. Let your mouth be open. Let it fall. Exactly in 3 more minutes, you will feel highly relaxed and extremely irritated. It shall happen if the posture is right. Within exact 3 minutes, because it will start acting on your fatigue syndromes. Do not stop yawning if you feel yawning, and let it go because you have to learn to relax. A person who does not know how to relax and will always not in a position to act right. Car which cannot stop can never also avoid the accident. In the modern time, your problem is your fatigue, your tiredness, your overdoing. Your headache is there, you take aspirin. Don't you understand, aspirin doesn't cure headache, it numbs it. All medicines you take on the counter are to numb your senses. All drugs, these hard drugs, the liquor, whatever you take in your life is to numb your senses. Rather lying down, relaxing, going in a shavasana and just letting it go to refresh yourselves and your memory and your life, give rest to your brain and to your body, you keep on drinking coffee. That's enough to kill your sensitivity. Open your mouth, let it go. What are you going to take it and sell it tomorrow? Let it fall open. Let eyes do not exist. Let mouth just be open. There's no flies in this room. You're so scared, God, it can't be believed. Let it go. Your seventh vagus nerve has to have the pressure to relax your entire system. Play that gentle tape, my every breath, so that you can behave. I said relax. There is going to be now tension. You are going to be just itchy soon. And that will increase. For God's sake, give your body chance to renew itself, okay? Stick around. Posture is to yawn. That's how we open the mouth, that's what we do. All you have to do is yourself. You are not yawning. You are artificially yawning, that's all. And you are continuous. Seventh and vagus nerve will act, immediately change the neurons, give you a new life. It's cheap.
From the past and future and now it shall be. With thy name I'll dwell eternally.
tension in the neck, shoulders. You'll yawn many times. That's normal. Let mouth fall open. You know, in temples, synagogue and gurdwaras and all that stuff, you're not going to do this. They don't know this. Let's do it here very calmly and quietly. Get rid of this internal fatigue. You have crossed first 11 minutes. Your lymph area is going to go through heavy changes. Many of you may find little pain in the liver area or spleen, or your breathing may go off or you may stop. Be cautious and careful. Body will now go through heavy changes. All you require to be steady and conscious.
Every life is a living.
Give body a chance to heal itself.
Everything is God's personality. Every kiss is God's romance.
Pains will be everywhere, wherever the body is recuperating. We don't promise anything. Be watchful. Hang your mouth as normal. As you are yawning, create an artificial yawn, that's all it is.
From the past and future, now it shall
Give rest to your eyes.
with thy name I'll dwell in eternally. Every life is a living God. To me, everything is God's personality. Every kiss is God's romance to me, and every love is
Don't close your teeth. That's just reversing what you are gaining. Fall apart. Let the fatigue go once from the system. The main glands in the system and the main organs in the system is going to go changes.
In me, with every beat of my heart, I feel the presence of you. And in me, with every breath you impart, I'm in the rhythm with you. In me, from the sounds that I hear, I play the music of you. Within me, through your words you are here, so I sing the glory of you. Every heartbeat is God's name to me, and every breath of life is ecstasy. In a breeze, I feel you touching me. In every face, I see you looking at me. By your grace, I'm in harmony, living reality. Every life is a living God. To me, everything is God's personality. Every kiss is God's romance to me, and every love is God's originality.
Discomfort and pain will increase now. The body where the areas are damaged will have a fresh supply of the blood. And body, because have been put under long tension, will start hurting in those areas. Enjoy this pain, because what follows will be the worst. This is at least your body is recuperating. Pain is already there, you never noticed it. Because you are just hyper, you go on tense situation. Now try to give your body the rest. You have only 2 minutes left. Cover for your cheating and your neglect. Put your posture right. Try to go through the for next 2 minutes. Beyond that we can't extend. That's the end of it. Too much healing is no good either.
The dawn plays a symphony, revealing reality. Every life is a living God. To me, everything is God's personality. Every kiss is God's romance.
Last minute.
To me, and every love is God's originality.
Inhale deep, hold the breath, turn your body left turn, tight all the way, breathe out, inhale right there, stretch more to the left as much you can, quickly turn to the left, all the way to the other side, go opposite, tighter, relax. Now, I give you out of mercy 5 minutes. And then the second exercise of this will come. I just want to tell you, you are all not very old. Your body is very, very tense. To me, you look like you live on atom bombs. I am the oldest among you, and I am more stretched and stressed than anybody in the planet because I work very hard. But even sometimes when I want to relax, it's very convenient. You've got to learn scientifically to live relaxed, whereas to balance out the tense life. Now stretch your legs, move your shoulders. Yeah. Just let it flow. The only thing God gave you is the body. have that thing. Thank you. Shape up, shape up. Your day was good? You survived one more day? Well, we bought it, we knew it, but wanted the day to come. Looks good too. Looks good too. Coral has gone so costly, original coral has gone so costly, so ridiculous. I was asking somebody, what is 9mm coral will cost? $100 a bead. What went wrong? I'm not aware.
Maybe it's artificially not available.
No, it's not in the ocean. It died. Huh?
Maybe from pollution.
Mediterranean comes with polluted sea. There's nothing. White coral and this red coral. Italian coral and garden. Oxen blood is not available at all. Today? We'll fill the class right here, Shanti. Finally, I found the yellow robe.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Give him a flower. He said he wanted to give him a present.
All right, let's do the second part of it. Now, the second part is meant to open up your rib cage. It will be little shocking to you that how weak you are. You realize that. But don't worry, we all are. So it's not something we should worry about. Opening up the rib cage means, it is just a very mystical word, opening up the rib cage. Actually, it is expanding your energy. God took the rib out of the male and created a female because he didn't have any bones in stock. But these are all symbolic. 6 days he worked, 7 days he rested. He doesn't know how to rest. But we describe God as we want it. First I was asking at Cornell University to speak on God. This guy, Archbishop, took away all my time also. And this guy came to me, the chairman of the conference. He said, would you like to speak after lunch? I said, as you please, but I don't think it's necessary. He said, well, the audience here is bored to death and they all come to listen to you. So we know after you speak there will be no audience. But I like to extend it. I said, no, how much time we have? He said, 5 minutes. I said, more than enough. What, you're going to speak in 5 minutes? I said, at least I'll introduce myself and tell them that after lunch we'll speak and so all can come. He said, that's a fine idea. I got him on the podium, I said, folks, my God, your God, our God. By God, nobody knows what God is. God is all, big and small. Thank you very much. And I have done my speaking. If you have heard it, you are wonderful. If you have not heard it, go to the doctor and take care of your ears. Walked away. Nobody has heard that small a speech which says everything in 1 minute. This morning, I just got up, I wrote a poem, then I read it to BPG so that you can write it to preserve it. Then I gave the English translation on this part. Sooner or later, I'll talk to you. You who have followed with me for 23 years will not understand. It's not your fault. It'll be my way of talking. It's very difficult for me to now understand why people look at each other, why they talk about each other. It's extremely difficult for me to understand why you have problems. What is the problem? Some people have to have problems, so some people can feel they have no problem. But those who feel they have no problem, if you look at them, they have more problems, those don't have problems. So, it's individual insanity. Problem is no problem. No problem is a problem. If I start talking like that, you won't understand anything. But that's the only truth is. Problem has no problem, and no problem is a problem. There's nothing good, nothing bad. Thinking make it so. And one who thinks is a fool. That's what Nanak said. Soche sochna hove je sochi lagwa. Think 100,000 times, it won't work. So what are you thinking? You think. You are a human. You can't think. Thinking is your intellect process. That's the only karma you have, not to think. So if you don't think what you do, Be intuitive. That you don't know how to. I once went to Mexico. We got into a boat ride. He took us out of the lagoon about 45 minutes, then we were in the open ocean. I was talking to him, how long you have this boat? For last 20 years. I said, why, Guru? That sounds right. You're an expert navigator. He said, must be. I said, what do you mean must be? He said, I have no compass, I have no radio, I have no emergency flare, I have no motor, I have no this, I have no that. I said, wait a minute. He said, we don't believe in instruments. I said, you're telling me we are in this ocean, in this boat, and he said, we are disconnected the world. That's the joy of being in the boat. Don't you think so? I told my other colleagues, I said, folks, we got this boat, and all these instruments you're looking at, they are just there. They are not working. They said, no. I said, ask him. And one guy was very straightforward. He said, when last time your all instruments were working? He said, about 18 years ago. What happened? He said, I don't need them. So we all said, God bless us. He took us deep into the ocean. We even couldn't see the shore. We were all very sad that when he takes us back. He was very happy. Finally, the weather became very choppy and extremely windy. 3 knots to 5 knots, 5 knots to 7 knots. And the waves were just hitting us left and right. And the boat started dancing up and down. And I said, is it okay? He said, what wrong can go? I said, what do you mean? He said, all we can go is we can sink. I said, when we sink, do we have lifeboats? He said, what for? You can swim. Don't you know how to swim? I said, yeah. How many miles we are out in the ocean? He said, about 25, 30. I said, we are going to swim now 30 miles to the shore. And I said, is that ever happened? He said, many times. I said, you are not worried? He said, what for? This is ocean. He asked me, where are you from? I said, I'm from United States. He said, don't you know, ocean is ocean. It's too big. It can do anything it wants. Relax. I say, I used to teach that. And we sat down and weather became choppy and boat became dancing on that and clouds came up so heavy and we looked at each other and we said, Satnam, bye. He said, what you said? I said, well, we have said to each other goodbye. God knows we'll make it or not. He said, sure we will. If not, our body will end up on these. Sure. I said, how you know? He said, it happens every year. Looking at the man's confidence and quizzing him for a while, I started laughing. And he said, why you're laughing? He said, you think by this insanity, you go what you go through, but I am enjoying it. He said, what you are enjoying about? I said, your confidence, your faith. He said, look man, there was a boat, new, 3 times bigger than mine, with every equipment, and right before my eyes, it sank. And I picked up all the survivors, and I made it to the shore. Trust me. I said, we have no choice. So you have no choice. When I say to you, don't trust me, you feel very upset. When I say to you, don't believe me, you get very upset. This man is our leader, he's guiding us for all these years, and we think he's a man of God and holy man, and he tells us, don't. What I say is, try me. Trusting and believing is a silly idea. Try and see it works or not. Life is a living, organic system. No dullness to it. Try. Try again and again. You shall win. Now this exercise is for our own energy, and it goes. Don't let the arm touch, please. Keep 6 inches difference. Shoulders tight, rib cage all out, chin in, and stay there, enjoy your day. Yeah, chest out, chin in, hands back, fingers all open, antennas must let the energy flow. It will heal you, but makes you miserable right this minute. And its misery starts at the very start. And as the time will progress, you will relax. It will do the reverse. It will make you comfortable feeling. That made you miserable in the end. It makes you miserable in the beginning. So, because it is opposite to that. No. Hands only, the fingers have to be open so all the 10 antennas can work. It's a very simple exercise. Secret it, let there be pressure on your diaphragm area. Go back enough, and it will return your youth back to you. Simple thing. You have 3 minutes more to go through. Take the angle, tense and go like back and put the rib cage up and diaphragm will be pushed. You have never pushed that in your life. Today for some maybe the first day or many might have done for a few times. But stretch it out. Give it a chance to renew itself. It will pull to your first and second chakra. That's how pull will be. Try to make the breath deeper and deeper, though it will try to become shorter and shorter. Fight it out. You have half a minute left. Inhale deep. Stretch upward, please. Stretch. 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 Relax. Third exercise which you have to do without any rest is put your hand in front and let the hands hang. That's it. Play that Ang Sang Vaiguru. It looks very simple, but we're going to tear them apart. Let them just hang from wrist downwards. Just relax them, rest, keep them straight. Come on, keep up. Inhale deep. Hold tight. Hold tight. Inhale more. Hold tighter. Cannon breath. Breathe out. Inhale again. Deeper. Hold tight. Breathe more. Hold tighter. Breathe out. All the way. Inhale deep. Deep. Hold now. Relax. Today is what day? 16th. Or what? 19. Well, it's a great privilege of Sikh Dharma, and especially for the entire Sangat of Espinola, that we will robe and honor Hargobind Singh on a mission to go to Moscow and share Sikh Dharma with all the needed people who want him there. It is answering the call. In Sikh Dharma archives, there is a first robe which was given to me by the American Sikh Dharma, and same will be transferred to him today. The ceremony has been fixed at Shanti's residence, and those who have the privilege, time, understanding, soul and consciousness, it is very, very religious and graceful to participate, to send him with your blessings and prayers. Mission is not a question of doing. Mission is a question of dying. And then living forever. There's but to do and die. There's not to reason why rode the 600 into the valley of death. They live today among us in our hearts. Many have died as worms. The axe has fallen. Bell has tolled, and he'll be on his way. It is up to his consciousness and grace that he fights to last breath. Is not a human commitment, is a human faith. Is my prayer that he keeps the flag flying and joins the line of history which shall record him for eternal truth. So after the class is over from here, I'll request everybody and all those who want to participate to join me so that we can send him gracefully. I'd like to share with you, Hargobind, one thing. When I came, I didn't come for all what I'm doing. At least you are being told you are luckier than me. I came to teach in Toronto University with all set position. I had knowledge, I was a knowledge person, I was experienced, I have all relations, I brought with me wealth enough that I could survive without doing a thing. But when I landed in Montreal, they told me my luggage has not arrived. Well, when I came to Toronto, they told me nobody has arrived. Country like Canada, 45 degrees centigrade chill factor temperature outside. I was standing there with a silken robe and underwear, $25 in my pocket, and landed certificate. And that's how I started. I never turned back. Whatever you'll go through, just remember, death is more honorable than to be a coward. Never return till success kisses your feet. I don't promise you anything. Rather, I'll be very glad if you go worse than my time. But my prayer is that God should not put any human through that treacherous tragedy what I went through. That's why I have undertaken to honor you, and I'll robe you myself so that you can understand. Nobody robed me. Circumstances forced me, and hand of God protected me. That's why people in this land and at home don't understand me. I wrote today a poem where I said, with two eyes, wealth is precious, but when the one eye, third eye opens, the value of the entire earth is like a blade of a grass. If that poem is translated English and typed, I hope Ranjan must have done it, I'll hand it over to you in person. Tragedy, torture, betrayal, insult, poverty, hunger, without clothes, without knowing anybody. A relative turns against you, weeks and weeks, no food, snow to walk in, no shoes, no place to go to bathroom. And the most modern country, Canada, I went through it. Exactly what I'm saying to you. The opportunity arose, and I came to United States with $35. You can see them in a couch still on the altar, exactly that amount. To me, God made me a human being, and that's the highest privilege. That's why I don't pretend to be anybody more than that. The beauty of me is nobody will ever understand me and nobody will ever forget me. And that me has nothing to do with me. My peace advice to you is, where I is, thou is not. Where thou is, I doesn't exist. Just remember that. And acting in that behavior is third eye. The mission you are going to do is a mission where you will become deathless and you will evoke many souls by your pure touch. We are sending you with love and honor. That is human. We are trying to give you love and affection. That's human. But if you go there on the mission and you do not turn yourself to be angel, you shall fail. And to become angel is easier than being human. And the secret is, bless all, big and small, answer the call, everything will be solved.
Your poem?
Yeah, I wrote the poem, yeah. You translated it? Can you read it? I don't know the eyes. Yeah, she was my dictating. Read it.
It's not quite transcribed yet, but when my center eye opened, I looked at the world like a blade of grass. Great Guru Ram Das protects me. From one we have come 1,000, 100,000. Soul has left the greed. Death has left with open mouth. Life and death has this side. God is infinite. Infinite is God. It is God's world. Faith is that of God. Wisdom belongs to this world, and God belongs to all. But if the third eye is not open, the soul remains dormant, and there is no God's protection. Talks, time, today, tomorrow. Matters of life are not solved, and we have lost hours and days. In tomorrow's matter, in tomorrow's talk, listen to Guru Ram Das. All matters shall be solved.
Now, should I read you in vernacular how I wrote?
Yes,
Mhm. खुली मेरी एक अख दुनिया दिसे वांगू एक कख साहिब रामदास दी रख एक तो हो गए लख आत्मा ने तमा छड़िया मौत दा मूंह गया अड्डिया जीवन मौत दा ए लख अलख निरंजन निरंजन अलख रब दी दुनिया दीन है रब दा जुगती जुगत रब है सब दा पर जे ना खुली तीजी अख वांझी आत्मा ना रब दी रख गल्लां वक्त ते अज ते कल मसला जीवन दा कोई ना हल विगड़ गए घड़ियां ते पल कल दा मामला कल दी गल रामदास गुरु नू सुन लै सारे मामले होसन हल It is in diverted akshari and it is 9-stroke poetic rhythm. So we'll type it out, give it to you so you can remember it. Go to die. You will live forever. Go to live. You will die in your own disgrace. That's the mission of the soul. Those who have to do it have to understand clearly the fundamental law of it. When you grow up in this spiritual world, all worldly facilities, worship, respect, ba, woman, money, politics, all comes. Respectfully bless it and keep going. I can tell you something more personally. There's not a one man of spirit or holy man, big and small, donkey and yankee, who has not met me in the past 40 years. What I've learned in meeting with them, they have become shops. Never do that. Be yourself. Be yourself all the time. Just remember, if you keep yourself to yourself, you're keeping a gift of God with you, and grace of God will come to you. If you give yourself for any price, you have lost it. It's a mission of the soul. Guard it with your soul. Keep the flag of the Guru flying and don't let the grace go. You will, after a while, feel a lot of bites you can have, and they will offer you a lot of opportunities. Dates will be many. Dates will be many. Rates will be many. But one bite, one hook, learn from the fish how entangled on the hook with the string, asking for the water she can get back. You have to guide your own mission. It will be like that boat, no instrument. जिनका ना खुदा नहीं होता उनका खुदा होता है, किश्तियाँ खुद ब खुद किनारे पे चली जाती हैं. Those who have no instruments and no captains, such boats also reach the shore by the hand of God. That's all I can share with you. I hope you will take this opportunity with love, devotion and affection and complete the mission. You are not a preacher. You are not going to preach the truth. You are going to share the experience of truth as a teacher. Right or wrong, this Sangat has a lot of pride in you. You are a son of this land. And that's where we started. You are the first missionary being sent on a mission. Mission has a huge magnitude. It requires attitude and manners to complete it. Trust in God, dwell in God, and try Guru Ram Das. You don't have to have faith and belief. That's ridiculous. Try him everywhere. He knows better, he'll come through. If you have ego, he has ego too. He comes handy all the time. He's the Lord of miracles. Don't worry. Life is a route. In faith you win. You lose in doubt. Without faith, there is no cloud. Go and do it, but never come back again. Let the word come to you. That's what happened to me. You are expected to do 10 times better than that. You know, my enemies have more respect for me than my students. My enemies remember me more than those who love me. Their telephone bill is much higher than anybody of you. I don't care what they talk. All I know is they talk about me. Just remember, that's a part of the territory. Go with that grace, with that determination, and with that spirit, and let Guru prevail. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Blessed soul, blessed spirit, give us the bounty, the bliss, and the blessings to excel, to love, to be in peace. Give all what we need in Thy glory, in Thy grace. Give us all the strength to serve Thee here and hereafter. Love us so we can love all. Give us, we can give all. Be us so we can be in all. Is Thy word, Thy will, let it prevail. Satnam. This is the birthday of Ravi Yar Singh, and it is the same day we are sending Har Gobind Singh. So first I'll enjoy the cookies here.